Hello there. My name is Murray, and with my co-host Corey. We are the Real Guys, and this is the Real Show with two E's. We've got a very packed show through today, and we are number one platform on the airwaves and YouTube for pop culture, film, and television discussion. As always, I'm currently my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Welcome to 2022. How does it feel?
Yes, it feels the same.
So pretty much, yeah. And you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on Instagram and Twitter at The Real Show. And you can interact with us, listen to us there. We're doing very well. And we're here today on the glorious date of the 5th of January 2022. It's a new year, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fairly same.
All right.
Yeah, I mean it's New Year's is just. I don't really get into New Year's fully.
Do you not? This was the first New Year for me. Where, by the way, we're going to do that thing
Right.
where we avoid the topic for like the first 10 minutes and talk about something benign.
Yes.
But New Year's for me, I don't know whether you felt like this, but this felt like sort of the least New Year-y New Year I've ever had.
I think that's the thing. It's
Like I was still. I think whether maybe I've just got to that age where it's like half an hour to midnight on the 31st, and I'm just like, oh, New Year in half an hour. Well, all right.
I was at home, so I didn't do anything. I was at home, and I went to bed at like 10:30, and just happened to be up at 12 o'clock.
Oh right. Well, you could have slept through it.
I messaged people at 11, being like, "Oh, I'm probably going to be asleep, so Happy New Year's." And I just happened to be watching YouTube until 12, and I heard fireworks in like the front room. I thought, "Oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock."
Oh, nice.
I never went. Probably go to bed now. So slept and woke up. I was like, yeah, it's not felt quite the same.
No, not really. For me, it was just as I said, it got to like past, and I was like, oh, it's New Year off now. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know, at 10:02, sorry. I was like, oh, it's 10:02. All right. I guess I'll wait a few more minutes. Go downstairs, do the Happy New Year, Jules Holland doing Annie and all that, and clinky glasses, and then take my drink and go back upstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm up for like another 3 hours, So
I literally spent most of the time watching Matt Pat. So.
Oh, great. Game Theory.
Yeah.
Or was it Film Theory? He has two. How many does he have?
I was watching. He's got 3.
Has he? What's the other theory?
He's got Game Theory. If you don't count GT Live, which is what I was watching.
Right.
He's got Film Theory and he's got Food Theory.
Why? What theories did he explain? Food Theory.
I don't know. We did one on Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh right. Okay. Sure.
And then I don't know. I didn't know it existed until he mentioned the Chuck E. Cheese one. I was like, oh, okay.
You don't know what Chuck E. Cheese is?
No. I didn't know Food Theory existed.
Oh right. Okay.
I know what Chuck E. Cheese is.
Okay. Of course. Well, today's special episode is I've got zero segue, by the way. We're just going to stop that line of conversation.
Just going into it.
Yeah, this is zero segue. This is our new year, previous year review.
Yes.
We need to work on the name, but
we're
going to look back at the last year's episode, talk about our highlights, our lowlights, our pros and cons, our best feelings, our worst feelings throughout the Real Show of the years, and then we're going to come up with some nice conclusion, wrap it all in a bow, ship it off, and we'll start 2022, sorry. Jeez, 2022, nice and fresh for all of you listeners. So, what was your first? Now, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How many? You say we've had. How many episodes have we actually produced in 2022? 2021.
Yep.
I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up the years pretty much. So just ignore everything that comes out of my mouth.
In 2021, we did, not including this episode, we did 45
episodes.
And that's just the Real Show. That's not including the other stuff we'll get into in a minute, which is like the side stuff.
Yeah. The other stuff that we decided to, our other ventures.
Weirdly, though, that means we missed. If it's 52 weeks in a year, we missed like 7 episodes.
No, we missed a week's worth of content.
We have.
Well, a week isn't too much. It's only 7 days.
Yeah, I mean, 7 episodes ago. I think most of us, a couple were lost.
Yeah, a couple are lost.
I was ill for a little bit, for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
I can't remember what episode was lost. I remember there was a lost episode. And I can't remember what it was. It
There
wasn't
was
Who
one.
Killed Captain Alex.
No,
We did lose that. We lost
we did
reactions
lose the
to that.
commentary on that,
Yeah,
which
we lost
I
the
will
reactions
never
to that.
forgive. Which I will never forgive the internet gods for losing that.
What? I can't remember what episode we lost. I got no.
That was a good episode as well. Who Killed Captain Alex?
It was an interesting thing.
That was a very interesting episode. Do you still have the same opinion on that film?
What was my opinion last time?
I remember your opinion was I think you had a good time, but you were just incredulous for most of the review.
Probably. I mean, it's been. I've not watched it since.
No, I imagine you haven't.
I haven't felt the need to refresh my memory.
Movie. The super fighter, action-packed movie.
Yes.
VJ Emmy on the microphone. You know, super fight, rapid action.
Rapid action was good. Yeah.
Do you experience rapid action?
I mean, you remember more about the movie than I.
Tiger
hope.
Mafia.
Tiger Mafia. Yeah. What was the guy's name again? What was the
Richard.
That's it, Richard.
Richard the Tiger Mafia. That's what he said. He's like, that's his full name. Richard the Tiger Mafia. Like his middle name is the, and his last name is Tiger Mafia. One word. Captain Alex is a great name, and just Captain Alex. Alex what? No last name provided. Just
Exactly.
me, Captain Alex. Like I'm the Doctor, you know. And speaking of the Doctor, one of our I constructed that segue. That's a much better segue. Speaking of the Doctor, we had a great Doctor Who themed guest, one of our first guests here in January of this year, didn't we?
You are correct. I believe it was January.
January of 2021. We had a friend of the show, Nicholas Briggs, on with us.
We did.
We'd like to get him back sometime, perhaps. Maybe after this new special, because the special's just come out, hasn't it?
Special has just come out. You are correct.
Yes, Eve of the Daleks has just come out. I've already watched it. Corey's not watched it.
I have not.
No, but I feel like that still stands. Sorry, Alex Lightman. That still stands as my favourite interview that we've done.
Yeah, I mean,
because it felt like we knew all about it. He knew all about it. It was a no-brainer. We really had a spark there with good old Nick. So
Nicholas Briggs was good. I mean, yeah, Alex Lightman is the only other guest from last year. It's only guest from last year. Our other three guests were all 2020, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
Well, Alex Lightman was our sort of first. I don't want to say brand deal, but
it was. It was more of a hey, we're doing this thing. We
were promoting his interactive video game. That's not a video game. Interactive media experts, however you called it. It's kind of like a Telltale, so choose your own adventure type thing.
Yeah, I guess
Nightbook.
I guess you could call it. It was a first. What's it called? Not crossover. What do you call it when like YouTube? A collaboration.
Yes,
that's what it was. It's a
collab. It was a collab, as they call it.
Exactly.
That's the street word. It was a collab between us, the real show, and Nightbook and Alex Lightman.
Yes.
Which was great. I mean, I would have liked to talk to Colin Salmon personally, but Colin Salmon was not available, and we instead talked to who was lovely, a lovely, charming fellow.
He was a very nice man.
Very nice man. We had a very good time with him, talking about Nightbook and all that. Do you want to have a secret, Corey?
Oh, you got a secret?
You'd want a secret from that interview?
Oh yeah.
When I start talking about his other projects, I'm literally looking down at my phone on his IMDb page. I mean, I know he's not going to listen to this. If you're listening, Alex, I'm sorry.
Hey, maybe he's hooked.
Maybe he is. If you're listening, Alex, I'm sorry I didn't research your career before I constructed this interview, but we were doing it over, video technology, and I was looking down at my phone half the time, looking at your IMDb page and thinking, what can I ask him about? What can I ask him about?
Hey, it's always too good to have information in front of you.
Yeah, always good. Just as you must have information in front of you right now on our episodes.
I've got every single episode up.
Okay, excellent. Well, can you perhaps tell us what is an episode that you enjoyed, Corey?
Episode I enjoyed. Okay. Oh, let's go through the list. I mean, some of the first half of the year, I kind of
Mhm.
forget most of them episodes
Yes.
because they're so far away. We had it, and then it goes into. I mean, you've got. Let's go through a couple of them. We started off with a look back, like we're doing now.
Yes.
Uh,
Maybe we should plug our YouTube channel, because this is probably the best way.
yeah,
If you
I
want to
mean,
listen, to us, if you want to get some feeling for us, we have a YouTube channel at the Real Show. You can listen to us. It's
correct.
just called The Real Show, and it's got all of our episodes on there. There's a big backlog for you.
Yes, the first half of this year is only on YouTube. So episodes, essentially from episode 0 to episode
Mm.
27 is
Mm.
YouTube only, because we didn't start putting it on Spotify until WandaVision, which is episode 28.
Yes.
So roughly half of our episodes are only on YouTube,
Well, I think
except for
there's only some. I think there's only some that I actually like.
except for a couple of the older ones, like Shrek 1 has made it to Spotify
Right.
because we're doing Shrek 2.
I've got our channel up now, so this will be a massive plug for our YouTube channel.
Yes.
But let's go through them. Let's go through. So, which one is, you say?
If I had to pick a favorite, or I mean, what was the okay, technically not a Real Show episode. The 1 year anniversary, the Real Show Out of Context, is fantastic.
It is. It is.
If I had to pick a specific actual Real Show episode, however, what has a good? I'm trying to think what has a good chunk of like funny moments. I liked Hoodwinked. I know you hated that film,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it's similar to why you like Who Killed Cats and Alex, because as a film, I liked it. You were more on the opposite spectrum. It was great.
The comedic aspects of
Yes,
the
you
Hoodwinked
also sing
review.
about horns.
Yeah. The comedic aspect of the Hoodwinked review, I will accept, is a good.
I also think that's my favorite part in the Real Show Out of Context. It's just the random part about you singing about horns.
Yeah. Well, I'm singing about the goat.
Yes, you are.
I'm singing about the goat. But if we go from during our pre-recording discussion, you
Yes.
mentioned 2021 goes from episode 13 to episode 57.
Yes.
Now you stop
Technically,
naming them
technically
after a
episode
while.
12, but that's our look back. So it's
Right.
yes.
So we go from episode 13, which
Mhm.
is the Avengers tier list. Remember when we did them?
Correct. We used to do. Oh, trust me, I've got a whole thing about our previous other
Segments
like
that died, our old segments that died section.
we have a thing, and I only discovered this right the other day. I was doing what you were doing. I was frequenting our YouTube channel
Right.
because I was curious. First off, I was curious about how good Shrek 2 was doing. Cause that's our most viewed video. It's on like 2,000 views now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People can't get enough of Shrek 2.
No, Shrek 2 it's popular.
But I was like, I was thinking, we used to do the Real Show, and I thought, that's fun. I was thinking, how many? We only did 2 episodes of the Real Show, and then it clicked. Every segment except for I think tier lists, which got more.
Yeah.
And every other thing we've done has only ever had 2 episodes. Working Title got 2. Real Show got 2. Reactions only had 1, but we recorded 2. 1 got lost.
Yep.
And our top 5 lists have 2 episodes, and our good film bad review episodes, only 2 of them. So apparently, if you don't get more than 2 episodes, that's it. You're discontinued.
Nice. I think we should just do that as a trend. We should have 2 individual episodes of things.
Whenever we do 2 or something, that's when we get bored and we stop.
Oh, well, I think I think 2 shows consistency.
The only things to break 2 is tier lists and wrestling reviews.
Nice.
Which has 3.
Which eventually did stop as well.
Yeah. Wrestling reviews got 1 more.
Nice. Wrestling reviews got 1 more. Excellent. And I honestly thought we could do kind of like, maybe we could do a shorter segment which is a wrestling review almost. Because for the uninitiated, we are both fans of professional wrestling, are we not?
We are indeed.
We are. And we used to review pay-per-views initially.
We did.
But now I think if we kind of have like a weekly, almost bi-weekly short discussion of like the latest wrestling news, do you think that'd work?
Possibly.
Like, we were discussing before we were recording about recent events, recent pay-per-views coming up, who we think is going to win, that stuff. And I feel like people might want to listen to that.
It's there's scope for it. Who knows?
There is scope for it. We could
maybe
give that
we'll
a
do
try.
it. Maybe we'll do it twice and we'll stop.
Maybe we'll do it twice and we'll stop. Working title was always a fun one.
Working title was fun. Well, I mean, to be fair, that was just us getting ready for an episode.
It was. Can we talk about one of my favorite episodes of The Real Show in 2021?
Okay.
And that was 2000s TV shows. It's recent, but it's good. Purely because I feel like for people who, I don't know whether radio-only listeners got to experience this, or whether people on the podcast side did experience it as well. But the intro is probably one of the best things I've ever done as a media creator.
I forgot about that. I forgot we did the whole intro and outro to that.
And it is purely me reading from a script from a television show that is accessible today, and it's Corey with some cheesy 70s music in the background and some bad video effects. Not saying that the video effects are themselves bad in the fact that Corey made them bad, but they're just like they're of shoddy quality and they're meant to be of shoddy quality, right? And the ending, which I feel like if that's not an Oscar-worthy performance, Corey, I don't know what is. Your absolute just contempt of my dramatic performance. You do try, though, Corey. You do try. And also, it seems that I've just noticed we seem to have like a double review for certain things. Like we reviewed the Bad Batch pilot episode, the first episode.
Yes, we did.
And then we went back to review the entire series.
We did.
Now we're going to do the same with Hawkeye. Spoilers there.
Yeah.
But we're going to do the same with Hawkeye. We've reviewed the Hawkeye series up to episode 4, I think. And then we'll look back at episodes 5 and 6 later. And we'll probably do the same with the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, most likely.
And if Star Wars Visions gets a second season.
True.
Which we will also look at. So there's a lot to do there as well. And again, we had consistency in covering the Marvel shows and in covering, recent Star Wars content. So there's that as well. But dare we forget our weekly recs of this year have spanned throughout things. They've gone from episodes of TV shows to good movies, bad movies, everything in between. They've really been a span.
They have. We have indeed.
Yes. And what do you think? Why has that been so consistent? Why have we kept the weekly rec around?
I mean, I don't know if it's the same for you. I've always liked doing the recs because it gives me an excuse to talk about a film or a TV show that probably wouldn't get an episode.
Yeah. I feel the same. I feel the same.
Like a lot of the recs are like, it's like, okay, are we gonna review I'm trying to think what I recommended. Are we gonna review The Hitcher, which was the first ever rec we ever did, which was mine? Probably not. But do I like The Hitcher? Yes. So that's my excuse to talk about it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what I use it for. It's like, here's a film that I like, or sometimes it's like what I've recently watched on TV, and it's like, are we going to do an episode? Probably not. I'll talk about it for 5 minutes because I think it deserves it.
Yeah. But I think my rec is that as well. Even though we may end up talking, not to tell you what the rec is, but just we may end up talking about what the rec revolves around. But we may not talk about this rec. There's a little teaser for you.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I was going to do, because obviously for a year things change, opinions change. Can you give me a number between 12 and 57?
12 and 57?
Yes.
Of course.
That can't be 38 and it can't be 18.
Right, not 38 or 40. 41.
41? You have picked... Oh, okay, well, you've picked the Who Killed Captain Alex episode.
Yay! Movie! I did not plan that.
No, yeah,
I did not plan that.
I hate you for that. Right.
Movie. Action movie.
What was the recommendation? Oh, no, I know what it was.
What was it?
I know what it was. It was... That's when I recommended Hoodwinked. I gave it a 10
Yes.
because I was like, oh, it's
Right.
awful,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
like
I'll
it.
think of another one. 34.
34. Army of the Dead.
Oh, that's another crap one.
I can't remember whose wreck this was actually. Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a wreck. I'm going to see if we can figure out if whoever's wreck it was, if their opinions have changed.
The Animal Batista. You're right. You know what? I was looking at Netflix a few days ago, and
Yes.
there's a prequel to this that's out now.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to make a whole universe.
No, it's called Army of Thieves, and
That's
it's
a great
about
name.
that one Swedish guy who's like a safe cracker,
Right.
and it's directed by him,
Yeah.
and it's 2 hours long. And I was staring at it at Netflix, thinking some self-hating part of me is wanting to watch this just to see if it's as trash as the actual film itself that it's supposed to be a spin-off of. And I'm thinking it's about a character that I do not remember, I know nothing about. I'm not going to watch it. And I just carried on. The rational part of my brain thought, no, don't subject yourself to this torture. Don't subject yourself to it. Stop now. So I just decided to carry on and keep searching and find something else to watch.
I mean, that was, yeah, Army of the Dead was, it was an episode.
It was an episode.
Where
You're right there.
We both disliked the film, which
But
is
for
very
some
rare.
reason, I really want to review the Zack Snyder's Justice League on here, even though it's a 4-hour film, and you've not seen it. Did I wreck
haven't
it?
seen
Did I
it.
wreck it once?
Oh, you might have done.
I must have done.
You might have done. I can't think. I'm trying to figure out where you would have recommended it though.
Yeah.
You didn't recommend it on Army of the Dead. That was my rec.
No, I should have done because of Zack Snyder.
I recommended Guardians of the Galaxy because it was Batista.
Yeah.
Where I don't actually know where else you would have recommended was Zack Snyder.
Yeah, but I'd want to. I feel like I'd want to. Because I do quite like. I do think the Zack Snyder Justice League is superior to the Joss Whedon Justice League.
Yes.
For many reasons, but I feel like it was one that I feel like it's a film that I'd like to talk about at great length at some point. Maybe we will.
Why have I just called an episode our film?
Hmm?
What's our film? Real show episode, our film. Oh, it's our video game movies, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, I remember that.
Fair enough.
What game did you pick again?
I picked. Oh.
I picked Punch Out.
I picked Half-Life. I remember that.
Yes, you did.
I picked Half-Life because I had Ben Mendelsohn.
Do you remember who you put in it?
I do. I had Hugh Laurie.
Nice.
Hugh Laurie was Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, because I remember going, why haven't you picked Morgan Freeman?
Freeman, yeah. I remember Ben Mendelsohn was G-Man.
Okay.
I remember I had Andy Serkis as like the alien leader guy. That reminds me of Venom 2. Have you seen Venom 2?
I have not.
Andy Serkis directs Venom. He's also in the Batman. Maybe we should talk about the Batman as well.
Yes,
when
we'll
that
talk about
comes
the
out
Batman.
this year. Who else do I have? I think I had like. I'm going to say Amy Adams, but I know I get her confused with somebody who isn't Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Who else did I have in it? I remember I had the guy who was the CGI face of one of the characters.
Yes, you did.
But like didn't play him, and I thought that was dead clever. So I had him in the role because he was basically the face of the character, but he didn't play him. So
yeah,
I think I had Tony Todd in there as well. I like Tony Todd, Candyman, you know. So we had the Oscars and Golden Globe. We covered a lot of awards. Award season was fresh, and we had the Oscars and the Golden Globes.
That'll be coming back, I assume, this year.
I imagine it will be.
Which we might have to learn from last year's mistake, which was the Golden Globes episode was supposed to be that and the Oscars, and then we just talked about Golden Globes for an hour and realised
because we went down every single one.
Yeah,
and we will name somebody to win.
Most of the films, I think this year will be a bit better. Most of the films from last year I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't quite know what to vote for here. I've got more of an idea.
We've got to talk about Rogue One.
That was our first
10 reel film. I wasn't watching it yesterday, but I just a couple of clips were recommended on YouTube. It's like, I'm going to watch them. And I was just threw into it again, like, oh, what a great film.
It was a good
What a
film.
what a great Star Wars film. Yeah, indeed.
It was a
So
really good film.
we have obviously Rogue One as our first 10 episodes.
Correct.
Then we had our entire Star Wars month. You can literally see it you can see the pattern as we go from Rogue One to Good Film Bad Review Star Wars to the Bad Batch to our theories to Starfighters to background characters. There was a capital ship episode. Where did that go?
There was.
Was that in our top 5 Starfighters? I'm not sure if we
No,
did.
oh, wait a minute. Or was it? I think that's at the start of an episode. I don't think I got a separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's at the start. Is it?
I don't know. I don't think it, because I remember you recommended a car as one of them.
Yes.
Because like a car was flyable or drivable in one of the
That's
X-wing games.
That's just in the top 5 section.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on our channel, we got our top 5 playlist. It's in there.
Yes.
Top 5. We've got top 5 Starfighters and top 5 Star Wars background characters, and then we never did it again.
Yeah. Well, even though I'd probably like to do that again because I really enjoyed that.
It's good.
I really enjoyed those episodes.
Also, we've never had the same thing.
No. We always found something different in background characters and in Starfighters. Exactly. I'd really like to do that again. I know that a capital ship episode we did record.
We did, because I recommended my number 1 was General Grievous's massive ship.
Yeah, the Providence class carrier destroyer. I remember. Speaking of General Grievous, this is something fun.
Oh yeah.
When I went to Comic-Con in Birmingham in November of 2021.
You did do that.
I did, and I also met Matt Wood, the voice of General Grievous.
You did.
So I got an autograph from him. So it was nice to meet him there. And yes, I did approach him with the customary hello there, as you're supposed to. And he did catch that, which I thought was fun. I wondered. I debated the entire day because of things happening in the world.
Yes.
You were basically given an appointment time instead of just turning up to the line, right?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
So it was like I was given 2:10. So okay, we'll turn up at 2:00. So I'm walking around. I happen to be dressed as Malachi Black from AEW, but that's beside the point. I'm walking around and I'm thinking, what should I say? Oh, I want to say hello there when I walk up to him, but I bet he's heard like 2,000 hello there's across the entire day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say it. Anyway, I'm standing in line. There's two people in front of me, and the first person goes up. Okay, right, standing there. I'm thinking, don't say it. Don't say it to him because he's heard it too much. And I bet that's the meme. That's the joke, right? And so the second guy tries to go, and I walk up to him, and what I say is, I go, hello there. I couldn't help myself. I
You know what?
There.
I don't think he probably doesn't actually get it as much as people think, because whenever anyone thinks of that meme, they're not thinking of General Grievous, they're thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi saying it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi saying, yeah, but half the fun is General Grievous turning around and going General Kenobi. That's
yeah, well, no, but everyone forgets that bit.
Everyone always remembers the hello there. Hello there.
Plus, unless
General
you're going
Kenobi.
To, exactly.
General.
Also, unless
General
you're going
Kenobi.
to comic, unless like you're going specifically for Matt Wood, I think most people looking at Matt Wood will not realise that's General Grievous.
No, of course not. Unless you know who Matt Wood is and know what he looks like.
Which is the great thing about being a voice actor, is people don't know who you are unless they actually have looked you up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love voice acting. I really enjoy voice acting. I feel like it's a real show of talent because you can act in the face. Anyone can act in the face. You know, pretend to be sad, pretend to be happy. You know, frown, smile, easy. You know, right? Anyone can do that. But to make your voice sound like you're scared or you're excited, that's harder to do.
Exactly, and we know that from our various impressions we've done over the years.
Oh, what was that segue? That segue was beautiful, Corey.
Thank you.
Yes, our favourite impressions. Should we bring back a couple of them?
I mean, I'm trying to. The only impression, and I don't know, I don't know why.
Bring out the Kermit. Do Kermit.
There's Kermit, which we did last time. Which was...
No. I'm asking for it, Corey.
No. I'm going to do Kermit. It's fine.
Okay.
What was it? What did we say? Well, you said, because we both did Kermit this year.
Yes.
I was on about, what did you get me to say? It was what was it? The penguin? I can't remember what it was.
The Penguins. Oh yeah, the Penguins Christmas skating party
Yeah,
from
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Yeah.
I mean, to do Kermit is like, oh, it's Kermit the Frog here. It's, you kind of have to. It's really weird. You have to. We used to discuss this last time. To do impressions, you have like set words you have to say to get into the impression.
It's the Penguins Christmas skating party. That's
Because
like
like,
awful.
because I think my favorite one is Macho Man, which came in from our video game films.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a Macho Man impression, it's always, ooh yeah. It's
Can you
the
say
only
snap
way you
into
can
a Slim Jim?
snap into a Slim Jim.
There you go.
It's the only way you can get into a Macho Man impression.
Yeah, it is. It is the only way you can go to a match impression. Like when you summon Hulk Hogan by saying brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother.
I don't think we did a Hulk Hogan. Well, no, I don't think we did.
No, we didn't do a Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was in the
He was
in the video game film episode though.
He was. Who else have we done impressions of? I'm trying to go through the episode. Oh,
Borat's been
Borat
greatly.
was around. 100%.
Oh, what we were? I'm Borat. Hello, Kermit. I'm Borat. What we were? Very nice. High five. My wife. My wife is my favorite one to say. I've got to admit. My wife.
You see, yeah, I did Borat today, and I can't remember what I said.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah.
You do Borat in your daily life, do you?
I think no, it's because sometimes I think I was bored and I was doing something, and I think I finished doing something. Went very nice.
Very nice.
I was Home Alone at this point now.
No.
I do a lot of impressions from Home Alone.
Borat, yeah, of course, yeah.
The Bob Ross one was good. I liked the Bob. We did the whole intro in Bob Ross. It was very nice.
Yeah, we did.
Very calming.
I was about to step into Bob Ross then. I stopped myself. Hello, my name is Bob Ross, and for the next 13 weeks, I'll be teaching you the joy of painting. And then we do his outro. He goes, "God bless and happy painting." See, it's really calm, and I kind of step into it as well. I kind of like act like I'm holding the brush as I'm saying it, because that's what you got to do. Go, now we're going to use a little bit of liquid white and a little bit of titanium green, titanium blue. And you just do little crisscross strokes. I got to wash the brush. And then he washes it in the water. He goes, and he goes, and then you just beat the devil out of it. And then he goes on the easel of the canvas.
Correct.
And that's basically a Bob Ross episode.
Yeah, it's basically a Bob Ross episode.
Of course, we did do our Bob Ross episode. We did it on the Netflix documentary.
We did.
And it was kind of like a way to sort of half talk about the documentary and half talk about just the Bob Ross show itself.
Yeah, to be fair, I think the main point was just talking about Bob Ross.
Talking about Bob Ross and the show himself, basically.
Because we were like, we can't really talk about the joy of painting because it's him painting. There's not much to go, but we can talk about the documentary.
Yeah. We can hardly talk about his show. Well, I always thought that maybe we'll get a bit philosophical when we go into this, but I always thought that the real show itself was more than just a film show. I thought it was anything that's on a screen we can talk about.
Pretty much.
Sure, the reels anticipates like film reels.
Yes.
But I feel like Reel's show has sort of transcended it to the reel, and there's also the show. The show aspect comes from these great television shows, great wrestling pay-per-views. Bob Ross painting a picture for 20 minutes. It's more than that, I feel like. And it's now sort of come to anything that's on a screen we can talk about.
Correct. That is true. I mean, we've done like, I don't know how many episodes at this point of like movie verses and stuff.
And they've come from sort of original concepts, which initially came from our discussion of Indiana Jones and James Bond who'd win in a fight.
Correct.
And we determined that it was James Bond, but only Daniel Craig James Bond would win.
Yes.
Every other time Indiana Jones would win.
Which is weird because Daniel Craig didn't win the Bond movie versus.
No, George Lazenby did.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. He was the dark horse coming from behind. And taken out with the Bonds. So he didn't win, but apparently against Indiana Jones, he would win. I don't know, maybe Daniel Craig has some sort of advantage that only works against Indiana Jones that George Lazenby does not have.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but from 2022, maybe we
Yes.
could use this as kind of a launching platform. As we've discussed our favourites, we've gone into the we've gone into our favourites. I've gone to some of our least favourites as well. I really don't like our early episodes. I'm sorry, it's not your fault, but some of our earlier ones, because we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we go back,
I feel like we weren't comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we just were not comfortable with the format.
I mean, the look back, at that point we only had like 10 episodes, wasn't much to look back on. But I kept the tier list as an actual real show episode, considering that this is going on the radio, isn't great.
No, and
tier lists are very visual.
And I feel like we were much more like heightened. Like we felt like we have to be strict radio presenters. We have to be, here we have this segment, the news, the da 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 da. And now it's like, let's just talk shop for like 45 minutes.
The only thing, there's only a couple of things I like from the early episodes, which is acting spotlight is great fun. Have not done one of them in ages.
No.
But I feel like as a concept, we did one on Jack Black, one on Christopher Lee. I think they're the only two we've done. As a concept, great, because it gives us a chance to talk about an actor, and also again films that we might not talk about, but then we can talk about them in a show.
Yeah.
Other than that, obviously with Nicholas Briggs, we mentioned that, good episode.
Yep, good episode.
I liked the video game films because we did one in 2020 with the James Bond, where we made our own James Bond movie.
Yeah. I you know what? I think that's an underrated one. I feel like if we'd done that today, it would have been much better.
I'm sure we can find either like a movie or something or a genre where we can make our own film.
Yeah, why not? I was thinking we'd do our own for Star Wars.
Weirdly, that's the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we?
Make it our own Star Wars movie. But then it's a case of, are we replacing it? Like, do we have a plot? Are we making our own completely new, fresh thing?
Oh, that's a good point. I feel like we'd have to discuss that.
Or like, are we picking a story that already exists? We know what characters we have to have.
No, I feel like it wouldn't be right that we remake episode 4 again. That wouldn't work.
Mark Hamill, you're not good enough. I'm gonna bring in
Orlando Bloom.
Weirdly, I can see him in Star Wars.
Yeah, weirdly, but
wasn't he? No, he wasn't. Or was he?
He was Legolas.
No, but wasn't he like tied to Star Wars at some point? Like, as like a weird.
I can assure you, he was not tied to Star Wars at any point.
You sure?
Maybe he was in the running for Anakin.
A lot of people have been tied. No. I think he was tied to the newer ones.
Oh right, okay.
I swear, to be fair, a lot of people have been tied to Star Wars in recent. I mean, what's his name? Richard Ayoade's a droid. Anything can happen.
He is a droid in The Mandalorian. Yes, you're right.
Anything can happen.
I feel like if we choose people, we have to check they're not in Star Wars already.
I bet you we'll pick someone, and I'll be like, they're this character in the background where you can see right here, and we're like, damn.
Yeah. Or right, okay. Here's what I think we have to do. I think we have to come up with an original cast, so you can't bring anyone from. Well, okay. I think you can bring in people. You can't bring in someone who's been in live action already.
Yeah. So you can bring in people from like Legends.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Or like comics, technically.
If they fit at the time, that you're setting it, like you can't bring in like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill can't show up, or whatever, or Harrison Ford, Han Solo can't show up, basically.
Yeah.
People who have, or if they're in like the Clone Wars, but they've not shown up in live action. So we'd have to say it's a live action project, first of all. We'd have to say that you have to have a majority new cast. I'd say majority new.
Yeah.
You can bring in people from the Clone Wars or comics or Legends or whatever, right? But they have to be, and like no one from canon.
Yeah.
I guess. But you guess you have to have people from canon from the Clone Wars and comics or whatever. But like nobody who's like a big player in the films, right? And not film characters. I think we can do.
Can't bring back anyone that essentially is already thing. Like, to be fair, even if we did that, I'm like, if you said, "Oh, you got to remake Star Wars," I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to pick for Luke Skywalker. I can't pick another Han Solo or Darth Vader.
Exactly. So that's what I think we'd have to do. And I think we can give ourselves certain creative freedoms. Like we can go like, oh, you can set it whenever you want in the galaxy. Like
Yeah.
honestly, you could just go like, oh, it's 500 years before the Phantom Menace.
Oh, trust me,
And you,
I already, as a guy who like, because if the thing is, if we did this, and the other good thing is, for people know from the various amount of Star Wars content we've done,
yeah,
the one
we've
thing
done
I
a
like,
lot.
the one thing I like about Star Wars content is the fact that you've got someone which knows a lot about Star Wars, and you have me who knows not much.
No,
For a guy who I've seen all the main films and I've seen
yeah,
a lot of the other spin-offs because we've reviewed them. And I know for a fact if we did our own Star Wars film, I know what mine is, and I know yours would be a very different contrast to what mine is.
which I think is probably the biggest praise we can give each other.
Yeah.
Because our 2 video game films vastly different.
Yes.
Our 2 Bond films vastly different.
So
if we
I don't like my Bond film.
You don't like your Bond film? Oh, I love my Bond film. I feel like my Bond film could actually happen.
I
Matthew
just
Good as James Bond. Oh, I'd love it.
I just picked loads of celebrities when they'll be in Bond. The only thing I like is David Jason.
As Q, yeah, David Jason's Q would actually work.
Any other pick? I did pick Idris for Bond. I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah,
Any
Idris
other
for Bond,
pick?
David
No.
Jason for Q. They'd work.
I much prefer my video game movie.
Yeah, I feel like your video game movie would be great. Because I can imagine that now. Because Tom Holland's like everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Rocky. Punch Out it's just Rocky. It's
just
a
make
different
Rocky, call it Punch Out, change all the names.
I did
Done.
Hulk Hogan.
And I need Hulk. I need some of the Hulk stuff.
Who was in Rocky?
Who was in Rocky? He was.
It's
Or make it like ready to rumble.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not
or
the
that
one
other
with Zeus,
film. That
is
other
it?
film that the Hulk's is in.
Oh no, it's not. Which one? What's the one with Zeus?
I thought that was ready.
Oh, is that Ready to Rumble?
I thought that was Ready to Rumble.
That might be actually. What's that smell? I used to watch that on VHS.
Did you?
Yeah, we had it on VHS all the time. And as a massive wrestling fan when I was younger, and so I thought, oh, it's Hulk Hogan. I'm going to watch Ready to Rumble all the time. It was that.
Oh, nice.
And the like 90s or 80s Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze.
Oh, Ivan Ooze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They were my childhood movies. I've got great taste in films.
You have.
I will say though, as bad as the Power Rangers film is, it's.
Oh, it wasn't Ready to Rumble. It was No Holds Barred.
That's it.
It's from 1989. Just got up on the box.
The Power Rangers movie's got a nice charm to it.
Yeah. With Zeus, yeah, and like Zeus turned up at like a WrestleMania, is that it?
Yeah, they had a match.
And fought Hulk Hogan when Hulk Hogan was in the film playing Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
It was weird. Like, I'd want that as well. I'd want like, we could have our own we could make our own wrestling company or something, and have that as well. Like maybe because the Royal Rumble's coming up.
True. I mean, there's plenty of like films or franchises where we can go. I would I guess like I'm trying to think of other movies where you can just go, okay, I would have done that, but here's what I would do it differently. There's probably plenty, like superhero stuff or Marvel stuff. There's plenty of them where we can go, this is how I'd have done this.
Yeah,
you
great.
know, I think you missed the mark on this. This is what I would have done. Obviously, a lot of that is to do with hindsight, but still,
yeah.
Like, here's how I would have made the Karate Kid remake.
Oh, dear. With Jackie Chan.
To be fair, Jackie Chan's a decent. Jackie Chan's a decent pick.
Jackie Chan is is a very good Mr. Miyagi.
Because it makes sense.
It does.
If you think kung fu movies, or like I know it's a karate film, but if you think like just Jackie Chan, it's everything else is the problem with that.
Yeah. Speaking of Karate Kid, shall we go on to my weekly rec?
Is it? Oh, I'm assuming it's not. I'd be.
It's not
surprised
Karate, but I'm very glad you've mentioned it.
Okay.
Because it is in fact the season finale of season 1 of Cobra Kai.
Interesting.
Yes, it is. It is the season 1 finale of Cobra Kai. I think it is the. What episode is it?
Ooh. When was it?
It's episode
recommended.
10, I thought it was.
You have recommended Cobra Kai.
I know I've recommended Cobra Kai before, but I've not recommended a specific episode.
You haven't.
I have recommended the show before, but not this very episode.
I can't actually remember when you recommended Cobra Kai.
So I'll recommend this episode, and it's episode 10 of season 1, and it is Mercy, and it is from 2018. Remember, and it is the return of Cobra Kai, the return of the franchise, and the turn of the Karate Kid franchise. It came back with a kick. It's Cobra Kai, and it's about the return of the Cobra Kai Karate Dojo, led by Johnny Lawrence this time, with Billy Zabka back, and Daniel LaRusso. Ralph Macchio is back as well, and it's currently got 4 seasons. I only say this because the 4th season has just come out.
I was gonna say the new season.
Yep, season 4 has just come out. I'm already watching through it. Really good. We may end up reviewing it.
Thankfully, I've seen all 3 seasons of Cobra Kai.
Oh, have you so far?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Cool. What do you think? You enjoy it?
I liked it.
Would you watch the 4th season?
I'd go back to it. It's not like it's good. It's not terrible. It's not maybe go, oh, I'm not watching this again. It's quite good. It's a bit cheesy, but it's kind of what you expect.
Yeah, it's got the Karate Kid cheese.
Yeah.
From like it's got the tone of the first Karate Kid film. Not so much maybe the second and the third, but it's got that sort of comedic element in it as well. But it's got that sort of serious emotion you get from the first film. Like, I think it's good. I really enjoy the first Karate Kid film and Cobra Kai itself. That is my recommendation. It is season 1, episode 10 of Cobra Kai Mercy, and I'm going to give it a solid 8.5. Nice end to the season. It's the All Valley tournament. It's Miguel Diaz and Robbie LaRusso fighting each other. And so Robbie Lawrence, and Daniel LaRusso is there, and his daughter wants to enter the tournament, but he's not going to let her. And then Miguel Diaz sort of wins the tournament, and he's the student of Johnny Lawrence. At the end, Sensei Kreese comes back. That's a great moment as well. He returns. He's back from the dead, and he's back. He's in this season now as well. And they're bringing in sort of old villains as well from the franchise. So for season 4, so that is my recommendation, and we'll bring you bigger and better things here from the Real Show of 2022. Are you ready, Corey?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want a yeah. I want a yes.
I think we can talk about Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I think at some point we'll probably review at least the first Karate Kid. I don't know about the others.
Sure thing. I'd love to review the first Karate Kid. But from the Real Show, we're going to give you our biggest and best content here this 2022. Am I right, Corey?
You are correct. What was it last year? What did I say? 47 episodes last year, right?
We're going to do 57 episodes. We're going to do so many.
That would be more than 1 episode a week, Murray.
It doesn't matter. We'll do it. Right. So
we're going to get 48.
48.
At least.
That's a happy medium. It's a sign off from me. Goodbye on this 2022. And it's a goodbye from Corey as well.
Goodbye.